We have two great guests in studio right now, Denis Leverich and Tanya Frazier. Good morning.
Morning.
Nice to see you both. And we are talking about an upcoming event this Friday that's going to be right around downtown here in front of the Shelton Family Center and utilizing our parking lot for some needs. And tell us a little bit about this. Bring that microphone a little closer to you there. Don't be scared of that thing. I know.
So Friday we are hosting our Mason County Point in Time Count. The point in time count is the homeless census for our county. These numbers drive funding for our community and really paint a true picture of what's going on.
I know Thurston County is going to be Thursday. Day before that, there's some information upcoming on the website. When you go out, first off, where, perhaps without revealing any sorts of sensitive information, where are the majority of the homeless in our area currently living? Is it considered the couch surfing that we've heard? Is it out in the woods? Is it in the streets in downtown? Or what's kind of the makeup of that?
It's pretty much everything.
Okay.
It covers couch surfing. It covers people living in RVs or trailer houses that don't have water or heat in them.
Okay.
It also covers all of the people that are wandering the streets and in the woods.
This is something that you are putting the call out for and expecting and hoping the folks to come in to be counted, or are you going out to places?
Both.
Okay.
So on Friday we're going to base out of Shelton Family Center. We're going to have a lot of warm weather goods for people that are on the streets, food, and then we're also going to have a bunch of services in our community there. So we'll have people from the hospital, we'll have people from WorkSource, Sound Learning, like all these great resources that would help you get back on your feet. So we should have about 20 different community resources there too. And then we have set days to go out to camps. And then we have set dates to go out to like food banks in different areas and other places we know that there are homeless people kind of congregating.
Talk to me a little bit about the challenge you have perhaps building trust with the homeless population, the homeless community, which may see someone, and I'm just saying this, but coming with a clipboard perhaps and wanting to take down information that they may not be willing to share. How does that process work of you kind of letting them know that you're doing this from a place of good and that it's all to benefit not only them but the rest of in the county?
We try to explain to them that it's for their good. We get all of our funding from the county from the amount of people that talk to us. So without that funding, we can't provide services and help people that need it. So we try to build up the confidence, and we try to talk to people to get them to understand that.
And if people don't want to give their personal information, say their name and birthdays, they can refuse that. We can still gather the rest of the data. So it's definitely offering up that you don't have to give us your name and birthday. We would like it, but you don't have to. If we can just get the data and a number count, that's going to help us build a stronger case as to what we truly need in our community.
Do these camps tend to move around like year to year, or do people kind of establish a spot in the woods and kind of stay there? Or are they mobile? Like, do they kind of move on from one spot to another? Does that make it harder?
I see a lot of migration personally. There's one larger one, but for the most part, they kind of migrate.
A lot of it has to do with weather, too. In the summer times, you'll have an influx because we get a lot of the migrant workers that will come up, and they'll camp out in the woods. So the weather has a lot to do with it, but yeah, they do migrate. The camps, if they find that their camp has been compromised, they'll move it.
When it comes to, I'm thinking about the nationwide census, which is this year. That is every decade they do that to reappropriate the house numbers and things like that. But this is a yearly event. Is there a specific reason? Is it all funding, budgetary funding, or I mean, why doesn't it follow another like a similar with the 10 years? Just because this is so this is now kind of a crisis nationwide, or
This one's HUD driven.
Okay.
So it's this is actually a HUD event, and then so everyone follows that one.
The census gives us a snapshot of how many people we have in the United States. It doesn't give you how many of those are homeless.
okay,
The homeless count gives you a snapshot of each county, and this is nationwide. So this event is a nationwide event. It happens the same time every year.
okay,
And it gives HUD a good idea, and they base a lot of their funding on what their census is.
So again, this Friday in downtown Shelton here on Coda and 2nd at the Shelton Family Center, and in the parking lot here at the Radio Ranch, there is going to be some opportunities for folks. Again, explain to us the times on that, and what are some of the additional benefits, not only for the count but for coming in and
Yeah, so
interacting.
we will be going from 10 to 4. In the parking lot over here, we'll have some mobile outreach provided by Peninsula Health Services.
Oh, okay.
So, and then I believe we have some people coming from the narcotics team.
Okay.
We also will have mental health people on staff, drug rehabilitation, work, education, Medicaid, health insurance. So signing people up to get health insurance through Apple Health.
Talk to me a little bit about, and I'm having a hard time perhaps understanding this, and would love to know more. If someone shows up and they have to have some sort of documentation, where do the folks who are homeless normally have this documentation with them, or is it stored somewhere, or how does all that work?
Some do and some don't.
Yeah, a lot of times what happens is they don't have it.
Yeah.
Events like this one, the stand down, we have those areas that come in that can get that documentation for them.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're missing some documentation, this is a great time for them to come in and get that documentation that they need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another problem that they have is they don't have any place to store things.
Yeah.
So it's a huge problem.
It's a huge snowball effect, because they don't have a place to store, say, their medicine, and you have someone with a mental health condition not taking their medicine, and then it just gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff gets stolen. And
Yeah.
But it's interesting because it's not just the people we see wandering downtown. I see a lot of people, like dads that lost their wife during childbirth and just couldn't make it, and then they live in their car. I mean, it's such a wide variety of true cases that we see. Some people are just displaced because of an illness and they couldn't keep up on their medical bills or
Yeah.
their mortgage, and it's very interesting. I think our wait list right now is about 80 families deep in Mason County.
Wow.
And those are the people that we've actually already interacted with, and that we're trying to help find a place or funding or a situation that's safe for them. And the only people we put on our list are the people that are literally homeless, or people that are in danger of becoming homeless. And that means they have to have an eviction notice or a pay or vacate notice.
or it could be that we have somebody that's fleeing domestic violence.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you guys at Crossroads have been kind of basically full since you opened the doors.
Yeah, so a big misconception about Crossroads is that we're just a family homeless shelter. And it's true, we do run a family homeless shelter. Our units are studio apartments. And you can stay there if you're pregnant or have children. But there's 7 units there, and they're always full. There's always a wait list for them. But we're also the gateway to all homeless programs in Mason County, because you have to come in and do an intake, and then we match you with what program fits you best. So we see singles, families, elderly, disabled, domestic violence. We see it all.
Crossroads-housing.net online to not only learn more, but if you have the ability to perhaps donate some funds to help them continue on with their services. Is there any conversations upcoming of expanding your
We would
footprint a
love
little
to.
bit? Just kind of have to figure that
We're
out.
getting the data, and then, once the data is there, then we're going to push for more grants and funding, because we definitely need it in our community.
Yeah.
Because if we look at that wait list, there's not 80-something rentals in Mason County right now to house these people.
Right,
So
right.
we definitely have a need.
And I know additional groups in the county, like Turning Point and those types of places, those are some of the most used facilities in the whole state, and they're right here. So it's a big need. So this Friday at 10 here at the Shelton Family Center in downtown Shelton, 2nd and Coda will be the point in time count. So if you have the ability to share this information with someone you know to be homeless, or if you yourself need further services, that's going to be the spot to come downtown on Friday at 10, all throughout the day till 4, you said?
Yes.
10 till 4. Denis, Tanya, good to see you.
Good to see
Thanks
you.
for coming on.
Thank you.